Can you both talk about how similar the other team is to what you saw when you played in the final a couple of years ago, and how different the other team is that you're facing this time?
Well, she's got a different pitcher. That's the biggest. She's still got a heck of a good offense, great defense. Her coaching staff is intact. I mean, they're always going to win. They're going to have the crowd again. And, we're a little bit different, but the biggest difference, I think, is Miss Ricketts is gone and they have Kelsey Stevens.
I would say the one thing I know about Alabama is that they play to win, and it might be a slightly different cast of characters, but in the end, they know how to win, and that's through Patrick Murphy, and his staff and their tradition of softball. So we know when you look at us and our numbers, they look pretty similar, but when you put us on the field, it's two teams that have won a national championship, that understand what's at stake in the first game, and two teams that are going to get after it. So I'd say that they might look different, but they know how to do it.
But there's only one Pac-12 team. Can you talk a little bit about just how that power has kind of shifted maybe towards the east a little bit, and just how softball has grown the last 10, 15 years?
Well, I think the greatest example is these two right here. Rachel has her starting pitcher from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee, and Michael has his starting pitcher from Leesville, Louisiana. How did that happen? It's amazing. It's a credit to their coaching. But the kids are growing up now anywhere in the country. Patty's is from New Mexico. So there's softball all over the country. They sit at home when they're little girls and watch the same event on ESPN every year. And all the kids that watch dream of coming here. And I think that's why the parity is spread.
I would say also all the kids back in the day would watch and see UCLA and Arizona, but not everybody could go there. So some of these pretty good athletes would start to venture out, and you could see, to me, when we would get one of those, back in my day it was a lefty pitcher named Lana Moran out of California, who took the step to come to Oklahoma, and then it started to spread and it started to reach out. But I also believe that administrators stepping up for programs throughout the country and building some phenomenal facilities and really putting their money where their mouth is and saying, hey, we support you. And kids will come to those places. They want to play in tough conferences. They want to play with great facilities. They want to play, I think, for coaches that know how to win, a lot of them. So now you're seeing just a dispersed all over the country, but ready to go leave the West Coast if needed, or wanting to. And a great example for me is the Lauren Chamberlains, Ricketts, the Schultz, Gascoigne, Shelby Penley, New Mexico, as Patrick said, they're just really coming from all over, and they just see the vision of the World Series, but they also see, some of them, a vision of leaving home and starting a life and becoming kind of their own free adult.
I don't think it's any disrespect to the Pac-12. I mean, you still realize what quality of softball is being played in that conference. So I think it's more the focus on what's going on around the rest of the country. And I think because of the exposure, first of all, the exposure that the sport gets has allowed the sport to grow across the country. And then you watch as coaches take over programs that may not have the tradition, and they go in there and they build it day by day by day by day by day. And you see the same opportunities that are being afforded to female athletes on the West Coast being afforded to these athletes across the country. When you get a situation where that's happening, when you see that equity is going to spread through